Hey everyone, Tony D and little Joan here on a Piney podcast. Here you go, little Joan. See? She's a real doggy. She's not a robot. Some of you said that Joan is a robot. She's not a robot. I deny that. Got my keyboard back. Hopefully this keyboard, I'm working on a secret project. It's about halfway done. Going to try to get it done this weekend, but it's going to be really tough. But working on a secret project. Just wanted to let you know. Has to do with this keyboard. All right. So Piney podcast. Beer virus. 519 beer virus cases. 5 more deaths as transmission rate ticks up. Murphy says virus showing ebbs and flows. Oh, duh. You mean your numbers are showing ebbs and flows? Your fake numbers. So transmission rate is 1.08, everyone. I know that means a lot to everyone out there. Now the big thing is he's pushing this idea that it's the younger residents who are spreading the disease, probably because they're going back to school, and it's not a disease, it's a virus, and they spread it, and they're practically immune. So who cares? It's building up a herd immunity. Herd immunity. Okay? I can't go through this again. We're just gonna move on. Murphy signs landmark environmental justice law. So as you can see, the Green New Deal is creeping into New Jersey. So there's two sides to Murphy, and they're both downsides. But the downside, of course, is that stuff like this creeps into his legislation. The not so bad downside is that he half-asses everything because he knows he can't push it all the way through. Governor Murphy on Friday signed what backers say is the strongest environmental justice law in the nation. This is from All Things Considered. And it's a giant virtue signal is what it is. It comes as communities of color continue to face higher rates of death from beer virus in New Jersey across the country. And this is an environmental justice law. Okay. I'm not sure what the Chinese virus has to do with the environment per se. Usually when you say the environment, you're talking about the water and the trees and the air quality. But let's continue. The law requires applicants for environmental permits to explain the impact of their project on communities of color, and it allows the Department of Environmental Protection to condition or deny a permit based on that criteria. So it's, damn it, I didn't mean to hit that. Sorry, Jeremy. I hit the alert. I didn't mean to hit that. Yeah, I mean, this is, it sounds kind of racist to me. I mean, like, wouldn't you want the environmental impact to be studied for everyone, not just communities of color? It seems like you're signaling out communities of color and say, well, just tell us what if that impacts that, just that. Well, what if it like causes cancer in the non-communities of color? I mean, you're just going to ignore that? It should have an impact on a radius or something scientific and objective, not this virtue signaling, critical race theory nonsense. Because what will happen is you're going to get people who will grift this. Okay? You're going to get people in these communities who go, aha, they're trying to build this thing nearby. We're going to get some money. Or you're going to get people who will grift it the other way. Like, well, we know this is going to impact the community badly. Let's pay off the community leaders. And then, we'll get them to gank this study in our favor. This is all it's going to do. I mean, it's not rocket science to make environmental law. I mean, if you have a business and you're polluting the area, obviously you're concerned with the immediate area that you're polluting. I mean, you're not concerned with if you're in New Jersey, you're not going to be concerned with the damage you'll do to California, right? You're going to be concerned with what's near the operation, or something connected to it. It has to do with geography, not race. What does race have to do with it? Examples of environmental pollution hurting. Shut up, Joan. Hurting the health. Joan, I got the windows open. This happens all the time. Examples of environmental pollution hurting the health of Black and Latino neighborhoods have been documented all over New Jersey, especially Camden. Advocates have long pushed for the legislation in the Garden State to address the pollution and work to improve poor air quality. Well, this won't do that. It won't. Just make a law that says you can't hurt the air quality around. You can't hurt it. Oh, that's going to damage the air quality. No permit for you. Or, you say to all the people in the surrounding community, we're building this thing, we're going to have to buy you out because the air will be terrible or whatever. This is just more bureaucracy. The law requires applicants for environmental permits to explain the impact of their project on communities of colors. Okay. So it hinges on the explanation, and it allows the Department of Environmental Protection to condition or deny a permit based on that criteria. What criteria? The impact that they explain? That doesn't seem like a very good criteria. It seems like the criteria should be pretty basic. Are you hurting the air and water in the immediate vicinity? I mean, are you polluting? How much pollution will this cause? Is that too much? We're going to have to bring manufacturing back to this country. It's going to have to go somewhere. Where's it going to go? Nobody wants it near their neighborhood. People who support, I'm a liberal and I support, these programs for people who are drug addicts and halfway houses. Oh, can we build one in your neighborhood? Ooh, no. No, I don't want that. That'll drive down the property values. What do they call them? NIMBYs? Not in my backyard. So, okay, so you can't build your whatever it is in Camden if somebody from the Environmental Protection Agency or the Department of Environmental Protection or whatever denies the permit. Those are the communities that need the jobs. So if I'm going to build a factory there, and I don't want to, kill people, but there might be some amount of pollution locally. Is that worth it to give those people good jobs? A tiny bit of pollution? I mean, that's the math here. And again, this seems to leave out people who are not in communities of color. And what defines a community of color? Is it like, okay, it's got to be more than 50% or 10%, or is it just the area that's a community? It's just the people of color and their houses. You don't have to worry about the other. There's a bunch of rich white people down by the river. F them. I mean, this doesn't make any sense. It just feels like a big virtue signal and nonsense to say, oh, look how wonderful and virtuous we are. We're helping communities of color. I don't see how you're helping communities of color with more environmental regulation. That seems very, very vague to me. But this is WHYY, and this is a Democratic governor, so obviously they're going to say, oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Okay, we're going to get into some South Jersey things to do, Pineys. But first, I got to tell you about this horrible news. Shooters open fire on home with 2 Jersey police officers and infant inside. This is a really terrible story. No one got hurt, so that part of it's good. But this is a couple. They're both cops, and they had a baby. And somebody showed up and shot up the house. The baby's only 10 days old. It's crazy. Oh, and it looks like they arrested somebody. Teen arrested in ambush of troopers. Good. I mean, that's just nuts. Um, oh, and apparently it was a targeted attack against this resident. So he must have figured out where they live somehow. Um, it's just crazy. Two of the officers, he said, or both officers were both born and raised in Camden. One of the officers has been on the job for more than 4 years, the other more than two. So they're pretty young. And, you know, that's just nuts. That's just nuts. And I'll have to give Murphy some mild credit. He denounced the shooting, so good for him. In this environment that we're in right now, that people are hating on the police, and a lot of politicians do it. Here, Joan, just come over here. I can't sit this way. You want to play the keyboard? Oh, it went off. All right. In this environment, I'm glad to see that Murphy, denounced the shooting. He would be wise to, obviously, and as would we all. So good for him. All right, so let's get into it. Things to do in South Jersey: butterflies, food trucks, an apple, monster trucks, car cruise. What? Okay. Butterfly weekend celebration planned at East Point Lighthouse. I guess there are butterflies there? September 19th and 20th at 10 Lighthouse Road in Heliersville. I don't know where that is. Heliersville. Where the heck is that? Maurice River Township. Duffield Farm to host food truck and apple festival in Mantua. Ooh, that sounds good. From 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. on September 19th. That's in Sewell. Features food trucks, hay rides, apple picking, corn maze, hot apple cider, donuts, and more. Fall is here, everybody. Oh, and here's a list of the food trucks. Walking Taco, Cannoli Express. The Philly Crepe Truck has vegan options. Who cares? Mama's Meatballs, Fireman Freddy's Barbecue, Flamin' Foods, Sugar Mata, and Wing Kitchen are among the food trucks to attend. Time tickets are required for the hayride. $5 for the hayride. Only $17 for small bag plus hayride. Oh, that's for apple picking. Tickets are not required for the food truck. That's where I'd be. RRCA hosts third Friday opening reception. The Riverfront Renaissance Center for the Arts. So I assume that's a gallery thing. Yeah. So there's galleries. And art. That's always good. People drink wine, walk around. Monster Truck Throwdown in Swedesboro. That sounds like a very Swedesboro thing to do. Bridgeport Speedway. Speedway for the Fall Nationals on September 19th and 20th. Rain or shine. At 83 Floodgate Road. Avenger. Crustacean. Jester, Kraken, Wasted Nights, Brutus, and more are expected to compete. The event will also include an opportunity to ride on a monster truck and watch freestyle motocross. This Saturday and Sunday, be there, Swedesboro. In Galloway, the Art Walk is held in Smithville. Oh, I know Smithville. Smithville is great. That's right down the street from the home of the Jersey Devil, everyone, Leeds Point. But you know that. So, and they got little shops and stuff. So I guess they'll have art and the shops. And, of course, restaurants. In Vineland, cruisers set to meet in Vineland. Oh, that's a car group. And they're going to have probably a bunch of vintage cars, I'm assuming. And they're going to be at Rita's Water Ice at Landis and Lincoln Avenues in Vineland from 5 to 8 p.m. September 20th. Rain or shine. Historic Cold Spring Village offers fall walking tours in Cape May. Thursdays through Sundays, September 24th and October 18th. Oh, from late September to October. Okay. So they got tours, a guided walk through the village, experience the mystique of days gone by, learn the history of several village buildings and the lifestyles of those who worked and lived in them. And that's about it. That's about it, Pineys. So now you got stuff to do this weekend. Joan and I got a full weekend, right, Joan? Right? We got lots to do. So I hope you got lots to do this weekend. We will see you next time.